Hi guys, today I'm going to share something a little bit different. I'm going to do a flip through of my 2015 spreads in my Erin Condren. I started this channel like at the end of, I think maybe in December, so like right at the end of the year. And I had been kind of planning in the Erin Condren throughout the year, and I didn't have an Instagram or anything, so there's like nowhere that those spreads are captured. So I wanted to create this in case you guys were curious how what those spreads looked like. I do want to say the caveat of like, when I started this whole thing, I really, I didn't like plan on getting super into stickers. I liked them and I wanted to get some, but I wasn't planning on like doing full no white space spreads, but that changed pretty quickly. And yeah, you'll see my planning style evolve over time. And I'll also put the caveat of for all of 2015, this served as both my personal and work planner. So I do have it's very work focused. But let's go ahead and get started with the flip through. I'm gonna try to keep my talking to a minimum but I will tell you where like the base kit came from. So I got the 18-month planner, which you can see this is like a honker. This is really big. So one of the reasons I'm doing this now is I actually just bought another vertical planner from Erin Condren. She's having 50% off all of her 2016 life planners right now. And hint, hint, if you've never ordered from her before, my referral link is in the description box and that gets you $10 off. But I ordered because this is just getting ridiculous and I was too stressed out about trying to uncoil it. So I am going to be like kind of putting this planner aside, and I might do some mock plan with me's or try to like do some creative plan with me's in it, but I am planning on switching to the newer one when it arrives for my weekly spreads, because this is just driving me nuts. It's just it's too thick. It's like it's too much. Like when you can see a difference on camera between the two sides, it's too thick. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So this was the first week. I think the only stickers that had arrived were like a grab bag from Scribble Prints Co. or something that I had managed to catch. This was back when her shop was like closed and like it was really hard to find get her stickers. Anyway, and it had like a 4th of July sampler in there, so I used it. But you can see not many stickers at all, writing stuff in pen. And then some of my stickers arrived. I think these were from what used to be called the Alex Studio and now is Little Dog Paper Co. Again, I was like really wanted to try the Scribble Prints Co. stickers, but like her shop was closed. And so I started trying like different shops, which was good. It was good to explore shops. And that was from a Planner Kate sampler, but. Oh, and then these watercolor checklists were from the Planner Junkie. And then this week, so again, really just like not really using kits at all, just trying to use multicolored items. Didn't have very much, by way of stickers. Here you can see I start to bring in some Scribble Prints Co. I had gotten her like August monthly kit and I was trying out kind of like different organization and like, I don't know, I kind of thought you had to use like the monthly colors all month. And so I was like trying to bring in different accent colors. I don't know. So you can see I did like the August colors plus turquoise that week. And then there was like the August colors plus pink. I just was like, oh, I have to match the colors. But anyway, this bottom washi was from Planner Kate. A lot of these functional stickers were from Scribble Prints Co. Again, I really thought that I should use the monthly colors. So yeah, part of me kind of misses the like more like, I don't know, but at the time I really wasn't doing much in my personal life. I just had like social activities and occasional and exercise. But now that I'm trying to do like more YouTube and I've also been trying to do more around the house, I feel like I have enough to fill like a separate personal planner, because like all of my to-dos every day, all they were was work. So I wasn't doing any like home to-dos. And so here, this was one of like my first favorite spreads. It was like the Scribble Prints Co. Bloom kit, and I was like too afraid to use the whole kit, so I was trying to like space it out with some August stuff because I wanted to stretch the kit. Like, little did I know that I was going to like buy so many kits that I would never be able to use those leftovers. But anyway, it was like one of my early like first favorite kits where I don't know, I just thought it looked cute. Okay, and then into September. September was like the first month that I like, purple, as I've mentioned infinite times on this channel, purple's my favorite color, so I was really excited about that. B, I happened to like catch like some restocks. I basically got a lot of stickers, and I was gonna be out of town for 2 months due to my wedding, like our honeymoon. So then I like let myself do some like no white space spreads later in the month, which you'll see. And that was kind of like my first foray into no white space. So anyway, so here was this. I didn't like have a wedding kit or anything at the time, and we actually had a very small wedding where we'd only had immediate family at our wedding, and then the second day we had like a surprise, we got married barbecue for our friends, which was awesome, and I really recommend that. And so yeah, but I didn't really have anything special, so I just decided to use the glitter washi. And then we were on our honeymoon, so I didn't plan this week. I just kind of marked like with washi the cities we were in. We went to Italy, which was awesome. And so yeah, so that, and then when I got back, I just did some light planning. And then I realized I like only had 2 weeks left in September, and I was like, okay, you can use all the stickers. So the functional ones are from Scribble Prints Co. These were from the Vintage Gypsy Road, her monthly kit, which I loved this kit. That was super cute. This was just like washi I got at Target. Yeah, I thought these like double dots are from Planner Kate. Washi was from Scribble Prints Co. monthly kit. So this was like my first experiment with no white space, and I liked it. And then I did another week because I still had a lot of September colors, so I did another week kind of similar themed, Vintage Gypsy Road. Again, I was just doing this for me, and I really liked purple, you know, like, so I didn't mind doing the same spread 2 weeks in a row, or essentially the same spread, because I wasn't doing it for YouTube or for Instagram, so I would just do it too. And then into October, I went back to a little bit more of a white space look. This October I traveled a ton, so my spreads kind of reflected that. Like I have some sparse time. I think I changed time zones, or I had trips out of this time zone, I think 4 times in October. It was intense. So anyways, was one of them that weekend? Yeah, I was in Montana that week. Anyway, it was a big work travel month. So yeah, so I thought this was cute. These were just some little deco items. Again, I think these ones were from, the little hipster ones were from Alex Studio, back when she was Alex Studio and not Little Dog Paper Co. Some of these were from One Orange Snowflake October sampler. That was super cute. And then the functional stuff, a lot of that was from Scribble Prints Co. And then this week, I ended up loving it. I was kind of bummed because it was one of those, like I almost had so many lists that I wasn't like, it was a little too busy, but I loved this kit. It was, I think, the fall floral kit from Vintage Gypsy Road. These were like from a Scribble Prints Co. sampler. The functional stuff was from Scribble Prints. But the boxes and everything were from Vintage Gypsy Road and the ruffles. And I just really liked how this turned out. I thought it was just really pretty, and I really liked the colors. And then this week I also really liked, and here you can see I'm starting to get more into this no white space look. I had bought a lot of stickers, and I was like having fun experimenting with it. Most of these were from Scribble Prints Co. monthly colored items, but then these full boxes were from Planner-esque when she used to sell solo full boxes. I kind of miss the days where shops used to sell like the just full boxes. Yeah, you could just buy a sheet of full boxes and then you could use them to like supplement your monthly items. Now everything's kit, which is nice, like if you're trying to get all your, get everything that you need, but I don't know. I kind of miss being able to just buy them separately. I'm sure there are still some shops that do it, but a lot of the ones I buy from don't. Again, I think that I just loved those. I thought those were so cute. And I think, whatever it's called, Little Dog Paper Co. And then Halloween week, I remember thinking this was so fun, and I showed my husband and he was like, that looks like Halloween vomited on your planner. That's way too busy. And I was like, no, it's so pretty. So again, the full boxes were from Planner-esque, which I liked how they fit in with this spread. This washi was from a Planner Kate. These functional stuff was from Scribble Prints Co. And I think some of these were from a Scribble Prints Co. deco sheet, the deco items. And I think some were from another shop that I can't remember. But yeah, I thought this was just so fun. Then this week, I really liked this week. It was a mix of October and November items from Scribble Prints Co. And then this kit from Planner Kate that had this washi, those deco items, and it really had a lot of the orange and the teal mixed in, like those little pumpkin ones. And I was kind of like, didn't really like the November colors for November. I like the colors as colors, at least the teal color. But for me, it didn't seem fall. But then when I saw this like deco sheet from Planner Kate, I was like, oh yeah, that's how I want to use the teal. I thought this was super fun. And here I was still using these like bottom boxes from Planner Kate. I've kind of phased those out. I used to like them more, but now I'm doing the smaller little things, and I kind of like that better because it takes up a little bit less space. And then this week was a kit from Scribble Prints Co., her fall floral kit. And it was like one of her older format kits where she had like, you know, it was just the 3 sheets, like a functional sheet, a washi sheet, and full boxes. So I tried to use a lot of that. And then I also used some of my multicolored items. But yeah, I liked this a lot. I thought that was a really pretty kit. Yeah, it's funny to look back at these, you know, I don't know. And then I liked that week so much, I did it again. I did it more of a no white space look this time. I actually ended up liking this spread a little bit better. I don't know if it was just because I liked the white space or if this one just had more brown and I didn't like that, but I liked them both a lot. But I just thought this combination of colors was so pretty. And yeah, this here, you know, you can see, I think I was traveling or something, and so, or no, I wasn't traveling. Was it? Whatever, I didn't fill it in. And then this was Thanksgiving week, and this was a mix of a variety of things. It was some leftover October stuff from Scribble Prints Co. It was her Thanksgiving like sampler that had some of these functional items and like some decoration. These were leftover from that Vintage Gypsy Road like fall floral kit. So yeah, kind of cobbled together some different stuff. I was pretty happy with how this turned out. And then some of these spreads have been featured on my channel, but for completeness, I will do all of my 2015 spreads in one video. This was the Winter Woodland kit from Scribble Prints Co. And I mixed it with when she used to sell some of her kit items a la carte. I used some of her toasted almond like headers and stuff, and I loved this kit. I thought this was perfect for the first week of December because it was not like super Christmassy, but it was still festive. You know, it felt more it felt appropriate for like the transition from fall to the Christmas season, you know, with kind of the woods and stuff. And it wasn't so like over the top Christmas. So I really liked this a lot. And then we start getting into some of my Christmas spreads. This one was like the December monthly colors, and I did not like this spread. I just didn't like the December monthly colors the way that Scribble Prints Co. did them, I think, ultimately. I love Scribble Prints Co., obviously, but just like the colors themselves, I wanted them to be more forest green, like more like that. This just looks more mint, or just, it looks almost St. Patrick's Day to me. It just wasn't reading Christmas. So yeah, this wasn't my favorite ever spread. I mean, it was fine, but not my favorite. And then this spread I ended up liking a lot more than I expected to. It was the Jingle Bell, or, oh no, Gingerbread Jingle, I forget. It was one of the Scribble Prints Co. Christmas kits. And I loved this. I'm not normally like like I thought it was gonna be too over the top Christmas, but I thought this was super cute, really festive and fun. Still a pretty clean looking spread besides this middle part. Again, I use these Planner Kate bottom things, but most everything else is Scribble Prints Co. And I really liked this. And then finally, I think that's the last, yeah, that's the last of this, of 2015, my Christmas week spread. And I really liked this. You know, this one's more for memory keeping than anything, but I still like to do it. So a lot of the functional stuff was from the Scribble Prints Co. monthly items or like multicolor stuff. And then or maybe there was a Christmas sampler. I'm trying to remember. There might have been a Christmas sampler with some of these deco items, and that's where some of this came from. But anyway, and then some of the full boxes were from Planner-esque, and I liked those. And then some of these other deco items, like this quote one and that one, were from a One Orange Snowflake, whatchamacallit, a sampler sheet for Christmas themed. And yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun, you know, obviously more for decoration than anything, but I liked it. And so yeah, that's everything from me from 2015. It was definitely, you can see how my planning style evolved. I feel like it's still evolving, especially now that I'm not using this planner anymore for work. I remember I just used to feel like I had to cram, like because I would list all my meetings in here and it would just be like, I don't know. I felt like it was too much to put in one planner. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. Subscribe if you want to see future planner flip throughs or just future spreads from me. And leave me a comment down below letting me know which of these was your favorite or what your favorite spreads from your 2015 planner were. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.